Please. I don't have any songbook. Vaishnava Thakur? Oi Vaishnava Thakura Doya Rasagara Era Se Karuna Kori Oi Vaishnava Thakura Doya Rasagara Era Se Karuna Kori Yatana Saya Suraya Mare
Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi
We'll sing. Sing so. You can play madam.
दीदी के
What page? I don't know. Let me see it. Yeah. What page?
Maybe I sing last no problem.
366 is small.
Huh?
I sing later.
Kindly make it.
We have time constraint here.
You can sit.
Hare Krishna. ब्रज जन मन सुखकारी राधे श्याम 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 राधे ब्रज जन मन सुखकारी राधे श्याम 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 ब्रज जन मन सुखकारी राधे श्याम श्याम श्याम
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
कृष्ण जय वृंदावन रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपीजन जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपीजन बोलो जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपीजन राधे 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 श्याम राधे राधे श्याम श्याम राधे 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 श्याम हरे राधे श्याम जुगल नाम मेरो है जीवन राधे श्याम जुगल नाम जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपीजन जय राधे जय कृष्ण रसिक मुकुट मणि ओ राधे 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 श्याम राधे राधे श्याम श्याम राधे 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 श्याम राधे राधे हरे राधे श्याम जुगल नाम मेरो है जीवन राधे श्याम जुगल नाम मेरो है जीवन जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपीजन जय राधे जय कृष्ण रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपीजन मेरो एक प्राण धन एक ये जीवन मेरो एक प्राण धन एक ये जीवन सबरे नंदन नंदन मदन मोहन राधिका रमन नंदन नंदन मदन मोहन राधिका रमन जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपीजन जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन रसिक मुकुट मणि ओ हो भई सहचरी राधे रानी की ओ भई सहचरी राधे रानी की हरे नित्य सेवा वृंदावन महारानी की नित्य सेवा वृंदावन महारानी की जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपीजन जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन रसिक मुकुट मणि जय वृंदावन रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपीजन जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन ओ नित्य सेवा नित्य धाम नित्य पाऊँ आतो जाम नित्य सेवा नित्य धाम नित्य पाऊँ आए राख देती छोड़ी ठाकुरानी की राख देती छोड़ी ठाकुरानी की जय वृंदावन रसिक मुकुट मणि जय गोपीजन जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय ओ हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे गौर प्रेमानंद। आप 5 मिनट बोलो, 10 मिनट बोलो। माता जी पर सुना क्या? कुछ नहीं सुना। सुनते सुनते सब ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुमिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। First of all, I'd like to offer my unlimited Dhamma pranams into the lotus feet of my eternal spiritual master, Nitya Lila Parishram Ishtapada Sutara Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Shri Narayana Goswami Maharaj. Thereafter, Srila Bhaktivedanta Vana Goswami Maharaj, to Sripad Bhaktivedanta Vana Maharaj, who is present with us today, and to all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis here, my God brothers and sisters, and everybody. Very auspicious day today is the appearance days of Madhvacharya. Now there are two Madhvacharyas, not Madhvacharya, Madhvacharya and Madhvacharya. Today is the appearance day of Madhvacharya, the latter Madhvacharya. The original is next to the direct disciple of Vyasadeva. That's Madhvacharya. So when we read in our Guru Parampara book, in our songbook, the Guru Parampara song, Krishna hoite chaturmukha hoye Krishna sevanmukha, Brahma hoite Naradera mati. Thereafter is Vyasadeva, Narad and Madhva. This Madhva is different from the Madhvacharya that is in the pastimes of Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we should try and remember these two differences and not mix them up. Today's Shripad Maharaj will speak on his glories as it is his appearance day. I am so unfortunate that my memory is so limited that I cannot remember many of the pastimes that Gurudev has spoken on this, and Srila Maharaj himself also. So I ask forgiveness from all of you for that and my lack of inability. But thinking of what Sripad Maharaj spoke about yesterday, we have had many. This week has been very special. So just a few days ago, we had the appearance day of Shri Advaitacharya, and now we have Madhvacharya's appearance day. And day after tomorrow is Ekadashi, and then a day's break, and then we have Nityanand Trayodashi. So we have 3 very especially beautiful days that we could be celebrating. We are so fortunate that we have Sripad Maharaj with us. And he said many things yesterday. He glorified Krishna's beauty. Varaha pidam natavara vapur karnika karnayo. This description of Shri Krishna is in Vrindavan, when he comes into the forest of Vrindavan, and how beautiful he looks in his threefold bent figure, his peacock feather on his head, in his turban, and his Vajanti mala, the mala garland made of 5 types of forest flowers, wild flowers at that, and his beautiful yellow dress, shining like gold. So he described this, and then he plays the flute so sweetly that all the gopis become enchanted. So sweet that when Maharaj described yesterday that the gopis are in their homes and they hear the sound of this word, the first klim, ka-la-i-ma, that the gopis, they become bewildered. They don't know what they're doing. They forget which eye they're putting their kajal in, whether both eyes have kajal or just one eye. And so these gopis have just become totally mad over this flute. And so they run to Krishna. But when they get there, Krishna is very hard-hearted. He's saying, why have you come? It's, you have come such a long way, you have left your family duties and responsibilities, so you should go back home. Your duties is to serve your husbands and your children. But the gopis are not having this. They say that why did you play the flute? If you hadn't played the flute, then we would not be here. So this is Krishna's fault. If he plays the flute, then we become mad. So Maharaj was describing like this, and he was speaking about many qualities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that Krishna could not fulfill when he was present. And one of those things was that, or 3 things. Shri Radha Pranaya Mahima Kidrisho Vaneva. In this verse it is described how the 3 things that Sri Krishna was lacking, that he could not understand when he came as Sri Krishna, Sri Nandan, Yashoda Krishna, that he could not experience, that he wanted to taste, and he wanted to know about. He wanted to know about the glories of Srimati Radhika's love for him, why she was so mad after him, why she became so captivated by him. He wanted to know what was the glories of his love. So his mahima, he wanted to know. And he wanted to know the madhurima, the sweetness of his love, his own love, that Srimati Radhika was experienced, that only Srimati Radhika could experience, because she was the greatest devotee of Krishna. And she showed that through her own example of how she would sacrifice anything and everything for him. In the many beautiful pastimes, and Maharaj mentioned Vidakta Madhav by Sri Rupa Goswami. And these pastimes are for us to read and to become absorbed by. As we are chanting the holy names, we should be meditating on these pastimes. And this is our practice, this is our sadhana. So he also mentioned yesterday that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came for these 3 reasons. These were his internal reasons. And his external reasons were to respond to the call of Madhvacharya, because he called him. When the devotee calls, the Lord has to come, because the pure devotee and the Lord have a very close relationship out of their love. And we have this example not only of Madhvacharya, but many devotees who are in trouble. They call to the Lord, and you can think of Nrsingadev and Prahlad Maharaj, he appeared. We can think of Draupadi, when she called out to the Lord in total distress and despair. Even her husbands could not protect her. These great Maharathis, great warriors, they were just hopeless and helpless. In the assembly, even Bhishmadev could not do anything to save Draupadi in that terrible situation. So when a devotee becomes very desperate, he calls to the Lord sincerely from the heart, and the Lord will come. This is the guarantee he gives. Yes, he's in the heart of the devotees. He's not in Vaikuntha. He's not even in Vrindavan. He resides in the heart of the pure devotee. So it's very important. We also mentioned that sadhu sangha, sarva shastra koi, lava matra sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi hoy. This is the perfection, to have one moment, lava matra, 1/11th of a second of association with a pure devotee can change your life. So this we must take advantage of in any situation. When sadhu comes, we should come and listen to his Harikatha and purify our heart without any discrimination, without consideration of time, place or circumstance. We should try and sacrifice our time. And especially if there are high caliber of sadhu. So we should try to learn how to see who a sadhu is. And Maharaj wonderfully, he gave examples of the qualities of a sadhu, how many qualities there are of a sadhu, and we can try to become familiar with those. How he is selfless, how he is dedicated, how he is one-pointed, how he has nishta towards his own Gurudev, and how he only speaks of his own Gurudev's words. He doesn't make up anything of his own. He doesn't speculate. Yeah? So these are very important qualities that we should learn how to see in others. Others who supposedly pretend or stand as devotees. And we should not be sentimental about this. And we should be firm in discrimination. So we're not following blindly. So these verses are very important for us to learn. Maharaj also mentioned that the 9 processes of devotion, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaram, Archanam, Padanam, Vandanam, Sakhyam, Atma, Dasyam, Atma Nivedanam. These 9 processes are important to follow, and each of these 9 processes have their devotees assigned to them. Like Shravanam, who's the best of the listeners. The example of the devotee was given Parikshit Maharaj, the best of the listeners. Shravanam. Kirtanam, who is the best speaker? Shukadev Goswami was the best speaker. Smaranam, who is absorbed in smaran, remembering. We have Prahlad Maharaj, who is the example given of smaran. Many other devotees, of course, and all of these 9 processes have their examples. Ambarish Maharaj, Atma Nivedam, completely surrendered, even though he was the king. He was completely surrendered to the Lord. Yeah? So he's the example of Atma Nivedam. So, Sakhyam, we have Arjun, Hanuman, Dasyam and Hanuman. Classic example, how he's always ready to serve his Lord unconditionally. Every second he's waiting for some service. And this should be our position and our aspiration. We're looking for service. What can I do to serve? How can I serve my Lord? How can I serve the devotees? And what can I do? Every day we're doing all the other things anyway. Our life has passed. Many of us are over 50. If you're lucky, if you're under 50, you're very lucky. If you're over 50, you're gone past the hill or rolling downwards now. You climbed up, and now you've got to just finish your next few years that we have somehow by remembering and chanting and fulfilling Gurudev's desire. So those who are coming up, youngsters, they've got more energy, more stamina, and they should be pushing the older ones really actually for doing something. Do this, do that, we need this, we need that. How can we do this, when can we do that? And keep the older ones on their toes, because the older ones can get quite a bit tired, a bit relaxed. So it's natural when the body gets old, it has its own demands. And so we have to satisfy the demands of the body to make it comfortable so that we can do some bhajan. But not, like Maharaj was saying, not too comfortable. Like he mentioned 3 very important points, what we need in bhakti. Can anybody remember? So, please come. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, he mentioned 3 very important things. Can anybody remember what those things we need to do our bhakti? We need an ashram, shastra, and sadhu. Very good. See, the younger ones are quick off the mark. Prove this from. Give them a round of applause. So we need, like that, sharp intelligence, people with sharp brains. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So, keep preaching. We need somewhere where we can do our bhakti comfortably. We need an ashram. We need shastra. We need guidance. Yeah, that can be in the form of the books. But it also needs to be in the form of a personality who can interpret and speak the words of the book. And you also mentioned that yesterday, that interpretation, because Sanskrit is a vast language with many different interpretations, and who can decipher what the best interpretation of the Shastra is? Only the sadhu who has practiced what he is preaching. Only the sadhu who has lived that life, who has walked the path, which is very difficult, it's not easy. It's a life of dedication and sacrifice, as we can see from our own Gurudev's example, and the devotees that he left behind with us. They dedicated their life. They weren't interested in getting married or having a home or a job or anything else, but just how to attain the love of God. And how to give that to others. How to receive it themselves and how to give it to others. And this was Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is our Guru. He's
personality, he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you know that. But he is also representing our Guru. He came to show us how we can worship God. Maharaj described very beautifully in Johannesburg how Mahaprabhu's got one arm in the air and another one down. What is he doing? He's relishing that prem that's coming from Golok Vrindavan himself. Relishing, and he's distributing to others. And that's what we should do. We should taste and relish and then distribute to others. More than we can. The more, like a river. A clean, pure river will always flow. Clear water, clean water. So you have to be like that river. If you give, then you'll get more. If it flows, if your bhakti flows, if your generosity flows, you will get more. But if you're miserly and you keep it to yourself, you will see nothing will happen. Krishna will not reciprocate. The more you give, the more you get. Yeah? If you do, then you will get. This is the meaning also of kripa. Kripa means mercy. But mercy, when does that come? When you actually do something. Yeah? Otherwise, if you just stay where you are, you don't do anything, then you won't get anything. Even if you make mistakes, be prepared for those mistakes and learn from those mistakes and be prepared to carry on. Yeah, Hanuman picked up the whole mountain not to make a mistake of the Sanjeevani that he had to come and bring back to save Lakshman's life. He didn't want to make a mistake, so he took the whole top of the mountain to Lord Ram. So, very beautiful things Maharaj is saying. He also described many other things which my memory eludes me to. Make so many notes, but still, if I don't read them, if I don't smaran, if I don't remember them, then we'll forget. So we have to keep this river of bhakti fresh, ever new, which it is, and always alive. The current carries on flowing. The current will never stop. Pure bhakti will always be here. Krishna will always be here. Krishna will always send devotees, but we have to desire. They're all here. They're not very far away. So we take advantage of them. And I'll rest here. Please excuse me for any offense or any mistakes. And I ask for all your blessings to carry on in this line of bhakti on this very auspicious day of having Shri Bhaktivinoda Maharaj present with us, and also the appearance day of Madhvacharya. Vancha kalpa tribhyascha kripa sindhu
And also Prabhuji's appearance day also. You forgot about it,
Seeing you.
Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shishima Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Namine. So first of all, I'd like to offer my Pushpanjali Sastanga Dandavat pranams to Shri Gurudev, the Chairman of Islam, Vishnu Bhag, as Dr. Rasat Shishima Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, to the same Madhvacharya Dandavat pranams to Bhaktivedanta Shri Vaman Goswami Maharaj, to Shri Swami Maharaj, to all this, and to Shri Pujapad Bhaktivedanta Maharaj, and to all sannyasis, respected guests, Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis. So, I don't know why Van Maharaj is training to preach. I think his message is very clear that we have to preach. 10 years Shri Gurudev has come. Some success is there, but a mercy of Shri Gurudev and the Vaishnavas. And I was thinking yesterday that Pujapad Van Maharaj was talking about this point about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he was thinking how to save her. And Maharaj was reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita, and the one point was that the persons that would not get freely access to this prem was Mayavadis, impersonalists. and offenders. So I was thinking about this, but still, because of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, Maharaj was mentioning that he still gave them this mercy. So I was thinking about this point about the 10 offenses to the holy name. And I wanted to apply this because in our daily activities, our most important activity is chanting the holy name. And as I was saying yesterday in the Jewels of the Heart, in Pujapad Vanmana's book, he was mentioning that we should write down appropriate verses according to our goal, and we should recite them while we're chanting the holy name. And I was thinking for me personally, to begin is with the offenses against the holy name. Because, and as I was going through these 10 offenses today, I was thinking that I'm guilty of, quite a few offenses. So maybe I'm even more sinful compared to the Mayavadis. Because the Mayavadis got that mercy of Mahaprabhu. And I was thinking why, my heart is still so hard as a rock. And I was thinking that this mercy, even to follow these 10 offenses can only come from Kripa, from Guru and from Vaishnavas. So my humble prayer today is, I want to, from today, and should have been done from a long time, to earnestly follow these 10 offenses. I just want to go quickly to bless. Number one is to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives to propagating the holy name of the Lord. Any Vaishnava, to cause ninda. And as Gurudev was saying, that how we have to tolerate all difficulties we have to tolerate, and this is the crowning success. Two, to consider names of the demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to and independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. Three, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master, to consider him just as an ordinary human. Four, to blessing the Vedic literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. Five, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to the imagination. Six, to give some interpretation of the holy name of the Lord. Seven, to commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy name of the Lord. Eight, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas as fruitful activities, karma kanda. 9, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names, and to maintain material attachments, even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. And then I think Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur was mentioning the 11th is to be inattentive. Inattentive chanting is also considered an offense. So I want from today, when I'm chanting my rounds, I want to not only read this, but I'm praying very deeply to Gurudev and to the Vaishnavas, the Siksha Gurus, that they must give that mercy that I must deeply meditate and have to practice it, have to believe in this. And that's the only way we can, or me personally, that I can one day get the fruit of the chanting of the holy name. So, it's only by mercy and being under the proper Madhvacharya. Thank you very much.
Tomorrow? Because it's 7:20 now. It's time we have to leave at 8:30.
What can we do?
8:30.
So Prashad, so we have to finish. We have to leave here at 8:30.
Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhika Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namo. वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिसे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश प्रकपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगे राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि श्री गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So, first of all, offer my humble, respectful obeisances unto lotus feet of my spiritual master Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtutara Satasya Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Srila Vana Shri Maharaj and Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtutara Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Srila Narayana Shri Maharaj. Simultaneously offer my humble, respectful Dandavat Pranam. Lotus feet of Nitya Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtutara Satasya Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj and all senior devotees and all Vaishnavis and present here, all of my respectful guests. Just I have to speak few words because today is very super excellent, auspicious day. Today is the Disappearance day of our Gauriya Brahmamadhva Gauriya Sampradaya prominent Acharya Shri Madhvacharya. And our Sampradaya's name is called Brahmamadhva Gauriya Sampradaya. And if anybody asks you, which Sampradaya belongs to you? We belongs to Sri Brahmamadhva Gauriya Sampradaya. Because little bit I clarify to you what is the meaning of Sampradaya. Sampradaya means that is called group, section. Many things you can explain according to English word. Sampradaya means sammak rupena prema dayate iti sampradaya. Sanskrit sammak rupena da dhatu, that is called verbal root. Da means to give. Sammak means direct. That means that group direct offer to us Krishna prema bhakti. That is called sampradaya. Because many people, when they heard this word sampradaya, group, section, that time sometimes they also hesitated and disturbed their mind. But why you are saying this group, this section, this section? But our Shastra Padmapurana very clearly explain this word sampradaya. Sampradaya vihina mantrasti vifala mata Shri Brahma Rudra Sanoka iti khiti pavana. Padmapurana, that's they wrote this verse very clearly. Without receive from among receive this mantra from among this one group sampradaya, and you will not attain your perfection goal. That means you have to take Diksha mantra from one of the four sampradayas. There are four sampradayas here mentioned in Padma Purana: Shri Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, and Sanak Sampradaya. Sampradaya explain this. So Shri Sampradaya Vihina mantraste jifala mata Shri Brahma Rudra Sanaka iti khiti pavana. We have to receive Diksha mantra from among these four sampradayas. Shri Sampradaya origin Acharya, that is called Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi Devi, with the consort of Lord Narayan. Lakshmi Devi. And now at Kali Yuga, Shri Sampradaya Acharya, that is called Ramanucharya, who is the incarnation of Lord Ramchandra's younger brother, Lakshman. And tomorrow also we will discuss Ramanucharya's disappearance day. So now coming to Sri Sampradaya's origin Acharya, that is called Lakshmi Devi, who is the consort of Lord Narayan. In this Kali Yuga, Sri Sampradaya's Acharya, that is called Ramanucharya. Rama Anuja Ramanucharya. Everything I clearly explained. Rama Anuja, who is the younger brother of Lord Ramachandra. This is called Ramanucharya. And his also name is called Lakshman Desik. Maybe tomorrow will be more explain about his life history. Sri Brahma Sampradaya's origin Acharya, that is called four-headed Brahma, Chaturmukh Brahma. We are singing this: Krishna hoite Chaturmukh, Ani Krishna Sevanmukh, Brahma hoite Naradera Mati, Narada hoite Vyas, Madhya kahene Vyasadas, Purna Pragya Padmanabha Guru Parampara. So now coming in this way, Brahma Sampradaya's origin Acharya, Brahma. Now Kali Yuga, in this Brahma Sampradaya's origin Acharya, that is called Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya. Today is Tirobhavatithi, disappearance day. Brahma, Sri Brahma, Madhva, and Rudra Sampradayas origin Acharya, that is called Lord Shiva. How many heads of Lord Shiva? 5. Panchamukhe Ram Nam Gan Karena Tripurari. Tripurari means Shivji. And Shivji, he always chants Lord's sweet names and with his 5 mouths. But for this regard, Shivji's one name is called also Panchanan. Pancha Ananam Panchanam, who has 5 mouths. Sri Brahma Rudra. And in this Kali Yuga, Rudra Sampradaya's Acharya, that is called what is it? Vishnu Sami. Vishnu Sami. The Sanak Sampradaya's Acharya, origin Acharya, that is called 4 Kumaras. Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan, and Sanat Kumar. And in this Kali Yuga, Sanat Sampradaya's Acharya, that is called Nimbadita. So 4 Acharyas are explained this way. That means you have to receive Diksha mantra among these 4 Acharyas. So saying very clearly Padma Purana he mentioned this sloka. Sampradaya vihina mantrasti vifala mata Shri Brahma Rudra Sanaka iti khidi pavanaha. Then I little bit also again explain the Upasana Paddhati. Upasana means how to worship to Lord. Upasana. In our Shastra also explain Vaishnava Tattva. One who worships to Lord Vishnu, he is called Vaishnava. Vaishnava. One who worships to Shivji, he is called Saiva. Those who are worship to Lord Shiva, they are called Saiva. Those who worship Devi, Shakti Upasak, understand? As like Kali, Durga, they are called Sakta. Shakti Upasak Sakta. Yes, Shakti Upasak Sakta. Those who worship Ganesh, they are called Ganapatta. Or those who worship Sakta, Saura, Ganapatta, Vishnu Upasak, that is Vaishnava. Or which rest there. Pancha Upasak. In our Shastra also explain 5 types of Upasana. Saura. Saura means sun god. Those who worship Surya Devata, sun god. They are called Saura. Those who worship Devis, Shakti Upasana, the consort of Lord, that is called Sakta, Sakta Upasana. Those who worship Kali, Durga, they are called Sakta Upasana. Saura, Sakta, Ganapatta. Ganapatta means those who worship Ganeshji. They are called Ganapatta. Or those who worship Vishnu, that is called Vaishnava. Or those who worship Shiva, they are called Saiva. So now come the also Shiva. This Vaishnava Tattva is there. There are 2 kinds of again Vaishnavas. One is called Viddha Vaishnava, another is called Suddha Vaishnava. Because I have to enter this little bit philosophy. Otherwise, you will not attain your perfection goal. Tattva Siddhanta have to enter. Little bit maybe your head start to spinning. Because maybe you are listening first times and what Maharaj is saying. But all you know these things. Those who worship Shiva, they can Saiva. Saiva Pasha. Saiva Sakta, Ganapatta, Saura, Vaishnava. One is called Viddha Vaishnava, another is called Suddha Vaishnava. Viddha Vaishnava means those who are thinking Vishnu, he belongs to his own, those who are thinking Vishnu, he is suffering his own fruitful action, karma follow. That's called, what is called? He is called, he is suffering his own fruitful action. That karma. That means everybody in this material world, all we are suffering of our previous fruitful action, karma. We did good karma, then good result is coming. We did bad karma, then bad result is coming. Coming or not? Therefore, every action is equal and opposite reaction. In the same way, those who are thinking also Vishnu, he also bound his karma and suffer his karma. They are called also Viddha Vaishnava. Karma antargata. Vishnu also bound by the reaction is karma. They are called Viddha Vaishnava. A Suddha Vaishnava, who is called Suddha Vaishnava? Those who are thinking Lord Vishnu, He is the beyond of his own fruitive of action. He is not bound with any karma. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna very clearly explained this philosophy. Janma karma cha me dibbam jo vetti tattataha. One who realizes my birth, karma means my activities are called transcendental. And after giving his body, he will not take birth in his womb or his mother. And janma karma cha viddam, janma karma jo व्यक्ति तत्तः त्वक्वा देह पुनर्जन्म च. This is Bhagavad Gita also saying. That means Lord Krishna, Bhagavan, Vishnu, all his activities beyond of Maya. Harihi nirguna saksat purusha prakriti paraha. Lord Shri Hari, Vishnu, is beyond of Maya. Is not converted any the reaction of the Maya. And this is true also. Harihi nirguna saksat. Harihi nirguna saksat. Purusha prakriti paraha. He beyond of prakriti, Maya. So that means Lord, he has no birth, no is any kinds of his karma fall. And this thing was. So now coming in this way, Shuddha Vaishnava means those who are thinking, Lord Vishnu is the supreme, he is the beyond of Maya, he is the supreme controller of the Maya. Mayadhis, he is the supreme controller of the Maya. Mayadhis, Maya boss, Ishwara Jive Ved, Mahaprabhu told. There is a difference between Jivas and Lord. Lord, he is called the beyond of Maya. And Maya, she is the maid servant of Krishna, Vishnu. That is called Krishna Dasi and Vishnu Das. So this thing. So now coming in this way, and Vaishnava Tattva also explained this way. One is called Viddha Vaishnava, one is called Shuddha Vaishnava. Now why is it? Because four sampradayas explained this way. Shri Brahma Rudra Sanaka iti Khiti Pavana. For Vaishnava Tattva, Vaishnava Sampradaya. And are those who not belong to the Vaishnava, four Vaishnava Sampradayas, there are different ways. There are some also that is called, what is called, Advaitavadi, and impartialist, and Shankar Sampradayas. They are not belongs to Vaishnava science. They are not saying we are Vaishnava. We are saying Vaishnava. And impartialists, they are not saying we are Vaishnava. And this thing. So now coming in this way, just I explained four sampradayas, Shri, Brahma, Rudra, and Sanak Sampradaya. And in our sampradaya, we are belongs to what is your name? Brahma Madhva Gauriya Sampradaya. And because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he did not create any sampradayas. And the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sang Bhagavan Krishna, Sachinandana Gaurhari, is sang Bhagavan. But he did not create any sampradaya. And because what Vasudev wrote, and he accepted. And Ishwar Vakka. And he gives the respect to Vasudev. Because Vasudev, he wrote all Ved, Puran, Upanishad, and Mahabharatam, and Vedanta Darshan, everything. And Vasudev is called the direct incarnation of Lord. Vyaso Narayana Swayam. And who is Vasudev? Now Vasudev is the direct the incarnation of Lord, Vyaso Narayana Swayam. And so for this regard, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he did not create extra any sampradaya, but he accepts Brahma sampradaya and Madhvacharya sampradaya. And why? Because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he noticed the four sampradayas, their conception and vichar and their philosophy. But Madhvacharya's philosophy very clear how to explain the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Saint Bhagavan, and very clearly explain. For this reason, why? Because Madhvacharya, he explained his doctrine is called, what is doctrine? That is called dualism, Daitavad. Dualism. Daitavad. Madhvacharya philosophy is called Daitavad. Bhedvad, Daitavad, his philosophy's name. Because you have to enter in Sampradaya Vichar, this conception of our Sampradaya. Sampradaya Vichar here. What Sampradaya, what is we doing, what? So, Madhvacharya, he very clearly explained about dualism. Daitavad, Bhedvad, he explained this way. Bhed means difference. Especially Madhvacharya, he established 5 types of difference. Understand? What are the 5 types of difference? He explained first Ishare Jive Bhed. There difference between Lord and living entities. And Ishare Jive Bhed. First this. Second, Jive Jive Bhed. Difference between living entities and others living entities. Third, Jive Jare Bhed. Difference between living entities and inert. And fourth, Jare Jare Bhed. Difference between inerts and inert. Jare Jare. Fifth, also he explained Ishare Jare Bhed. The difference between Lord and inert. This thing. Again I explain these things. Then you will be clearly understand. Ishare Jive Bhed. The difference between Lord and living entities. Eko Suddhi Sang Jyoti Nirguno Gunamsroy Sarvoga Sakchi. Srimad Bhagavatam once very clearly explained. Eko Suddho Sang Jyoti Nirguna Sarvoga Sakchi. That means Lord is one. Ekameva Dvitiyam. He is one without second. Ekameva Dvitiyam. But he has innumerable potency, Sakti. And this Sakti also, there are no different Sakti, Saktiman, Uddha, Vedo. There are no difference between Sakti and Saktiman. And this thing also. And he manifests many forms with his inconceivable potency. There is Achinta Sakti. Ekameva Dvitiyam. And Ekameva Dvitiyam. He is one without second. And Ekameva Dvitiyam Achinta Sakta. Sarupa Tadruva Vaiva Jiva Padhana Rupena Surja Mandala Tadrusmi Pratichavi Rupena Chaturdha Avatisthati. He is one, but he has one potency that is called Achinta Achinta Sakti. Inconceivable potential. Achinta Sakti. Achinta Sakti, understand? Inconceivable potential. What is that? Maybe a question. Achinta means what? That things are beyond our material conception. With our material conception, we cannot establish this pleasure. And achinta kholu je bhava tangs torkin on the jet prakrit bhaparivacha achinta sarakshanam. Our Vedanta is Upanishad. Achinta means inconceivable. What is the inconceivable achinta? Now achinta kholu je bhava tangs torkin on the jet. That things you cannot establish with your material logic. And prakriti bhapari, that beyond of Maya. That is called achintata. Maybe again I will explain this way. In this material world also we can see many things also you cannot establish some inconceivable potential there. Mahaprabhu gave three examples: Mani, mantra, and Ausadhi. Mani means stone. As you can give example, there is a touchstone, Parshamani. You heard? Parshamani. That touchstone, if you also touch the iron, then iron transfer in gold. But touchstone never transfer in gold. Look at this. This is inconceivable. Millions ton, you can also manifest the gold with the touchstone. If you get one piece of touchstone, then you will become millionaire, trillionaire. And all you can build your house building with the golden house. Yeah, and inconceivable. Money. Mantra also inconceivable potential there. If you chant this mantra will give many kinds of potency, shakti, power, This is very important also. This thing. But so for this is called best mantra is called Maha Mantra. What is the Maha Mantra? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mantra will give fulfill all your desires. What you want, you will give. And this thing is powerful mantra. Mani mantra. Ausadhi means different kinds of herbs. Understand? And there are some roots of the trees. Very powerful. You put here, and snake will not come. What kinds of mystic power in there? Many kinds of. So for this regard, Mahaprabhu explained these things: Mani, mantra, and Ausadhi. Mantra also, many people also chanted many kinds of mantras, and that is called what? How to hypnotize the people. Understand it? And they are also people, these types of people also, but very careful that types of people. Understand? And just they chant this mantra in front of you, then you completely under the control, then you will give all your jewels and everything. Take it with your own hand. You will give. Then after a few minutes, they put it. What happened? Where is my necklace? Where is my necklace? Then that sadhu took everything. Many people also do these things. Understand? Magic, they call black magic also. They also do this. Understand these things? They are doing these things. That way, why to be? Also, this mantra's power is there. Different kinds of there. Some people also, what is called, they also mrigiru, what is called? Mrigiru means their body or sometimes they what is called?
Trance.
Trance. Yeah, things like that.
You know, they sometimes fainted. What is called? What is called in English? Just to forget.
Trance.
You know? No, sometimes fainted, you know? And
Frothing.
Epileptic.
Epileptic.
Illness of epilepsy.
No, pretending, no. That kinds of disease also.
Epilepsy.
Epilepsy.
What is it called?
Epilepsy.
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 Coming
Seizure.
Seizures. Understand? And that people, some people also, treatment to the people, tell to him that giving some chant one mantra, one clay pot. Understand? And he can stand on the clay pot, and the clay pot automatically move him. You understand? Clay pot automatically move him. When he stand on the clay pot, clay pot start to move. And slowly all these types of, what is called?
Epilepsy.
Epileptic is also going out. Okay. When Madhav Maharaj will come, you can ask him. He knows these things. I don't know. This person. I saw also. One person maybe 100 kilos, 1 quintal. That he chant this mantra, and that the clay pot start to move. Like, okay, you have to stand. Then slowly, and moving. Then all in going on. So how possible?
चाबी उसको हाथ में देगा तो वो उससे
Different kinds of things. I don't know these types of mantra. Actually, only I know mantra Hare Krishna, chant Gayatri mantra. This is true also. Many people they also not doing this mantra also. This power, mystic power is there. Mystic power. This is the power. So say money mantra. Also. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained, even in this material world, that three kinds of things also inconceivable potential there. Why not, Lord? You think it is mine. Why you are surprised? You should not surprise. Yogis, they also chanting different mantra, and they also control their body, mind, these things also. Anima, Laghima, this Bhaktivedanta Sai Maharaj, like this principle. He told himself, you read, what is called? Sai Maharaj, it's called? And Prabhupada Vilamrit Grantha. He wrote, also you can say this. He told this when he was in Calcutta. And that time, he explained, you can see, Prabhupada Vilamrit Grantha, you can read, you have this? You can read. One sadhu, naked sadhu, look like naked sadhu. He was sitting very close to where all the educated people are coming and going, as like lawyer, doctor, and naked sadhu. That in Calcutta, and so many crossroads, many people are coming, going. That time judge gave him order, put him in jail. Then police caught him and put him in the jail. And when police returned back from the jail, and before he also coming in the same place. But how did he come back coming from the jail? Because he knows many kinds of power, mystic power. That's our Shastra saying, Anima, Lagima. Understand? And Ramayana also explains everything. You know, Hanuman, when he was going to Lanka, and when he was crossing the ocean, just to briefly tell you, and then they won Rakshasi, that means demon. He opened his mouth and he told, hey, where are you going? I have to eat you. Many years I did not eat. I have to. Then Hanuman told, okay, you open your mouth. I must, I said, enter your mouth. Then you can automatically close your mouth. And that time that the demoness, Maya Rakshasi, she opened her mouth. Then Hanuman, his big body, first he said, and enter in his mouth. Then he opened it. Then closed. Then Hanuman with small body again also. You read Ramayana or not? Ramayana explained these things. Just it briefly explained. Very nice, beautiful story also. These things. This thing. This is called this sometimes anima, lagima, different logima. You cannot deny. The mantra has no power. Mantra has power. Yogi rishis, they also, in the subtle body, they come out from the gross body. Even Shankaracharya himself, your time is past, no? Shankaracharya himself also. When Shankaracharya preached, Shankaracharya, he to conquer to all the Panditas. You know, Shankaracharya, Shankara Saksha. Shankaracharya, he is the direct incarnation of Lord Shiva. He preached impartialism. Mayavadam asasastram prachana buddha uchyate. Shankaracharya preached his impartialism, Advaitavad. Then he defeated all the Panditas. Then he came one place. And one Pandit, he is very powerful Pandit. Shankaracharya, he also discussed with Shastra. Then Shankaracharya defeated him. Then his wife, she was very learned scholar. Generally we are thinking, ladies have no knowledge. But his wife is very learned, that is Vidushi Maya. She told Shankaracharya, you defeat my husband, that means 50% you get the, what is called, vijay. Vijay means? Victory. But why? Do you know, according to Hindu Vedic culture, wife is called the Ardhangini. Ardhangini understand? Half body of husband. You understand? And wife name is called Ardhangini. Anga Ardhangini. That means wife, she is the half body of husband. So that means you defeat my husband. That means you get how much? 50% victory. You also defeat me. Then you will complete defeat. Otherwise not. Get a complete victory. Otherwise not. Then Shankaracharya will, okay, I can discuss with you any subject, because Shankaracharya thinking ladies does not know anything. I can, well, Shankaracharya told, okay, what subject do you want to speak with me, discuss with me? She is very clever. I want to discuss about Kama Shastra. You know, Vyasdev wrote Kama Shastra, sexual things. Shankaracharya body start to shaking. I am Brahmachari. Akumar Brahmachari or Sannyasi. And Sannyasi should not discuss sexual things, and with the, especially with the woman. Brahmachari son. Akumar Brahmachari from here. Understand? Shankaracharya only, he was 7 or 9 years old, he took sannyas. Very nice it is, Shankaracharya life story. Shankaracharya said, how possible I talk with you? Even I have no knowledge of these things. So she told, okay, so you to sign, you. But Shankaracharya thinking, no. Okay, give me 2 months. Brahmachari, Akumar Brahmachari, he does not know what is the sexual thing. Then Shankaracharya, with his yoga process, Shankaracharya, he told all his disciples, listen, now I am coming out from my yoga, coming out my body with my yoga process. Until return back, this body, all you protect. Then all his disciples protect. Then Shankaracharya chanted one special mantra, and he came out from his body. Settled body. Guru's body to settled body. And coming out. And same time, one king left his body, and his body is going to cemetery place. And where the body is burning. Going on this way. And almost king's body also lay down on the
funeral pyre.
Funeral fire, the foods are going this way, and almost there, fire put it this way. And at the same time, Shankaracharya, with his yoga process and settled body, he entered the king's body, dead body. And king also wake up. Then everybody, oh my God, maybe king is ghost. Then king told, no, I'm not ghost. I return back my life here. Actually, who is saying? Shankaracharya. But king, all the subject is thinking, king is saying. Then king told, king again returned back his home and talked with all the, what is called? Kama Shastra. Discuss with the queen. Understand? After 2 months, in this way, he learned all Kama Shastra from the queen. Then again, Shankaracharya, with his mystic power, he came out, the king's gross body, and entered his own Shankar body. And then he also discussed this katha, and then he defeated their lady. Why I'm saying, because in this many yoga process, they can also, with their mystic power, they can come out. From gross body to settled body and going in this way. Why not? So in this, our Shastra saying many things. Anima, Laghima, many Shastra saying. You can also manifest big body. You can also a small body, as like mosquito. Ramayana is explaining this. And Hanuman, how he entered in Lanka. This thing also there. If I tell you, whole Ramayana will be I tell you. Understand? Ramayana? Lankini. So she is the god of Lanka. This thing also. Katha is there. I am saying because mystic power is there. So Mahaprabhu also explained this way. Mani mantra Aushadhi has also mystic power. That's the Achinta Sakti. Achinta Sakti is beyond of your material conception. So why not Lord? So Lord, he manifests his many forms with his inconceivable potential. Achinta Sakti. Ekmeva Dvityam. Sarupa Tadruva Vaiva Jiva Pradhano Rupena. Surja Mandala Tadrosmi Pratichavi Rupena. Chotudha Avasishtate. Lord, he manifests many forms here. And he has also potency. That's called Achinta Sakti, inconceivable potency. Achinta Sakti. In his inconceivable potency, he creates. And he is the creator, he is the maintainer, and he is the Sisti Sadhana Sakti Eka. He is Vishnu Sakti Parapakta, Sarvak Vishnu Sakti Parapakta, Katagata Thapara, Abhidda Karma Sangana, Tritya Sakti Sati. Bhagavan, he has innumerable potency, Ananta Sakti, but 3 potencies are very important. That is called Chit Sakti, transcendental potency. With the transcendental potency, he creates the transcendental world, Chit Jagat. That is called Vaikuntha Jagat. Transcendental world. Chit Sakti. Jiva Sakti, he has marginal potency. Jiva Shakti is many names. Jiva Shakti, Trasha Shakti, or marginal Shakti. With his marginal potency, he creates all the Jiva Shakti. Or Maya Shakti, and with his external energy, the external energy of Lord. That's called Bahiranga Shakti. With his Bahiranga Shakti, he creates this material world. What we are looking in the middle. Everything is coming from here. Lord's marginal potency. Lord Maya Shakti. Or Bahiranga Shakti. External potency of Lord. This way. So that means proof Lord has potency, Shakti. You have potency or not? You have potency, Shakti. What potency you have? Organs and body and working with your potency. You have eyes. You have eyes. But only with your eyes you cannot see. Need is what? Potency of taking to darshan. That is Drik Shakti. And blind man also eyes. But they have no potency to see. You understand?
Yes.
Blind man also eyes or not? His eyes, but he cannot see. Why? Because he lost his potency to see. Listen. When you lose this potential to see, we cannot see. Now we are putting the glasses. Without glass, I cannot read. This power is giving and then we can see. But when completely I lose my potency to see, that glass also not working. This is true or not? If our eye specialist can explain, and they are looking, how much percentage is there. This is the thing. And only with your legs you cannot walk. You have no potency to walk. That is in Sanskrit word again, Chalan Shakti. And your ears is here, but if you not the potency to hear, you can listen. That time you are saying that. Shakti also is there. Every Shakti is there. You cannot raise your hand if you have no potency. Hasta Shakti. Look this thing. Everyone, even all these limbs and body, potency or not? You cannot take the smell. If you have no the potency, to smell. This thing. Potency is there. This potency is called Jada potency, that material potency. Our Lord is called Chit potency. But Lord, He performs all His activities with His any limbs and body. This is another thing. Jivas only take darshan with his eyes. We cannot see with our ears. We cannot eat with our ears. Only we can eat with our mouth. But Lord, if any of his limbs and body, He can perform all his activities. With his eyes, He can walk. With his eyes, He can see. With his eyes, He can eat everything. But what is the evidence? That speaking or evidence? Brahma Samhita very clearly. Angani jasa sakala indrani vitrivanti pasanti panti kalanti jaganti. This verse very clearly. You read Brahma Samhita. This verse very clearly. Angani jasa sakala indra vitrivanti pasanti kalanti. Very clearly. He is Bhagavan. He is Bhagavan. With the supreme personality of God is saying Bhagavan. You are saying He is Bhagavan. Tell to him, eat with your eyes some chili. You make very nice and hot chili sabji. Not sabji, only chili. Chili. Oh, you are Bhagavan. Lord eats with His eyes. Also, you are Bhagavan, so you can eat this chili sabji with your eyes. Then you ran away. Bhagavan. Huh? That means a jeep will never become God. Because Bhagavad Gita very clearly explained. Mami vangso jivo loke jivo bhuto sanatana. Krishna very clearly explained this way. And all the living entities, they are my part and parcel. And the eternal and transient. Jiva vinasi, sahaja sukharasi. Tulsidas Ramcharitmanas very clearly explained this way. And Jiva is very minute. Oh no. Our Lord, He is great, Mahan. And He is one, Ego. Or living entities innumerable. Innumerable, Ananta Jivas. Lord is one, Ekameva Dityam. He is one without second. But living entity Jivas, innumerable, Ananta Jivas. Yasapura Bhagasya Satadha Kalpitasya Cha Bhago Jivo So Anantasya Kalpati. Very clearly explained. How Jiva is very minute. More than molecular. But how is that molecular? Explain this way. If you cut the tip of the hair, how many? 100 pieces. Again 100 pieces, also one piece cut in, again 100 pieces. And that is the size of the jivas. I am not saying that, our Shastra is saying it. Balagra Sadabhagasya Sadadha Kalpitasya Cha Bhago Jivo So Anantasya Kalpati. Ananta Jivas, not one. Lord is one. But Jivas is innumerable. Ananta Jiva. The Atma, that is called soul, resides this body. This body is working. But where is soul? In this body. But Jatha Dalu Kavat. Vedanta Sutra. Jatha Dwa Lokavat. As like you put the one lamp in any place of your room, and that room automatically were illuminated. In the same way, Atma resides in this body. This body is working. When Atma goes out this body can't survive. Look at this thing. And there are many slokas in this thing. And Lord, He looks everywhere. He's looking. And Bhagavad Gita Krishna told to Arjuna, that what is called? When Lord manifested His universal form, and then Arjuna fold his hand. And Sakheti Matva Prasabam Jaduktam. He Krishna, He Jadava, He Sakheti. Arjuna jumped from this chariot and fold his hand. Arjuna told, Hey Krishna, first I was thinking, you are my friend. But you are not friend. I am looking innumerable. And forms I am looking. You have this picture?
Yes.
And Ananta form, Ananta form. Kal Sarup, same Bhagavan. And He is the creator, He is the maintainer, He is the destroyer. Everything. And Kal Sarup. And Krishna was told, I am Kala Sarup. I am everything. Look, I am good. So good. Bhagavan is called Bhagavan. So now coming the first difference. Lord and Jiva. Lord is one. Jiva innumerable, Ananta, Eko. And Lord is completely beyond of Maya and completely pure. Visuddham Sattam. Sattam Visuddham Vasudeva Sattam Visuddham Vasudeva Sabditam. Srimad Bhagavad gives evidence. And Lord is beyond of Maya's three gunas. Parihi Nirguna Satsat Purusha Prakriti Paraha. Lord is beyond of Maya. Maya cannot touch me. Very far. Where Krishna, then Maya Devi, she is far from Krishna. Bhakti Yogena Manasi Sammukha Pranite Amale Apasat Purusham Purna Mayancha Tadapasrayam. Srimad Bhagavad Gita begin. If I tell many slokas, there's slokas you can't. Just I mentioned, And Maya Devi, she is called the servant of Krishna. Maya Dasi. But two kinds of Maya. One is called Yoga Maya and this is called Mahamaya. And these things. Eko Suddha Swayam Jyoti. Lord is self-manifested and illuminated. This thing. Jivas contaminated with the Maya. Dominated by Maya. Maya this, Maya was. Jiv completely what? Dominated by Maya. Maya, Trigunatma Maya. Trigunatma Maya, understand? Three Guna Siddha Maya. Sattva, Raja and Tamaguna. Some Jiva is also Sattva Guna. Sattva Guna, Sattik Bhav. Mood of goodness. Madhvacharya explained this way. Very clearly explained. You can see some people, they are very calm and quiet and give respect to others, charity, donation, and helping the people. Very polite words, sweet words they use. No duplicity, no hypocrisy, simple hearted. That is called Sattik Jivas. A Tamasic Jiva always absorbed with quarrel. That is the symptom of Tamasic Jiva. Mood of ignorance. Not other than this. Without reason, they make the quarrel. And criticize the people. You think he is Tamasic Jiva. I am not saying, Shastra gives everything. But I am speaking, everything is clear. Who is Tamasic Jiva? Rajasic Jiva. The mood of passion. And a little bit also proud of his own activities. And ahankar coming. This is also. So three kinds of jiva: Sattik jiva, Tamasic jiva, and Rajasic jiva. This thing also. Eko Suddha Swayam Jyoti. Nirguna Gunam Asho. Sarvaga. Sarvaga means he goes everywhere. And Lord Bhagavan, at a time, he goes everywhere. At a time, he is staying everywhere. He is called omnipresent and omniscient. And Almighty, Sarvashaktiman, and omnipotent. And Hiranyakasipu asks Prahlad, always saying Vishnu, Vishnu. Where is your Vishnu? Prahlad Maharaj is very fearless, Nirbhay. Fearless Prahlad Maharaj, Nirbhay Prahlad Maharaj, he told, oh my father, my Lord, his name is called Vishnu. Bhaknoti Vishnu. He resides everywhere. Where is he not Lord? That time Hiranyakasipu asked Prahlad, are you looking your Ishtadev Vishnu? The people are always saying Vishnu, Vishnu. Well, yes. Why I am not looking? Hiranyakasipu asked, Prahlad tells him, why I am not looking? Why cannot I see? Then Prahlad Maharaj told, Father, you completely absorb your ignorance. And completely elucidated with Maya. And you are thinking, I am dual. These things. Not other than this. I am looking everywhere. You are not looking. This is the reason. Those are Tamasic Jiva. Rajasic and Tamasic Jiva. They cannot see to Lord. Aki jar jhalmal kare nahi ramal. If your eyes is neat and clean, then you can see. Or if your eyes covered with the cactus. Cactus? And what is called? You can see or not? You can see. That is called Mutya. In the same way, Prahlad Maharaj, he told, oh my father, you completely absorbed with mind. And so much your ahankar. So further you cannot see. You are thinking, and I have to kill Vishnu. Vishnu is my enemy. Actually, Vishnu is not your enemy. He is the friend of all the living entities. He is our best friend, Lord. But you are thinking, he is my enemy. Then Hiranyakasipu asked, if you are looking over Vishnu everywhere, so in this pillar also not? Well, why not? Everywhere I told, also in this. Sattam vidhut vidhatu. Then Hiranyakashipu, okay, if inside the pillar, then I will
Smash.
then Lord and Singadev, Nri or Singa, half lion and half human. Then whole world start to this lila Hiranyakashipu, but lila you know this because very nice. Why is it? Because Bhagavan is beyond of it. So here Madhvacharya explained this. Jive Ishwari Ved. A difference between Lord and living entities. Jive Ved also. The difference between living entities and other living entities. And I also told this thing. Different jivas also there. Sattvic jiva, rajasic jiva, tamasic jiva. Different. Male, female. Also many kinds of it. Even rasa vichar, some also Santaras jivas, some Madhurjaras jivas. So they are staying different planets also. Some jivas staying Vaikuntha, Ajodha, Dwaraka, Mathura and Guru Vrindavan. And even conditional stage, Baddha jiva also different. Or when jivas will liberate and going to transcendental world also different. Madhvacharya very clearly that's called Bhed Bhav. Ishwari jive. Jive Bhed also. Jive Bhed. Difference between jiva, living entity, living entity. Jive Jade Bhed, this is simple. Living entities mean three things: feeling, willing, and knowing. Conscious being, Chetan means is what? Three things: feeling, willing, and knowing power. This time. Are inert, no feeling, no willing, and no knowing power. Then Jade Bhed. Difference between inert and inert. What is that? Look the wall. Made by the stones. Alright. You cannot see what side there. And this is also what?
Glass.
This is inert or
Inert.
inert. But you can see or not?
Yes.
Look this. Both also inert. But you can see nature. So for this regard we say Jade Bhed, difference between inert and inert. And a Jada Ishwari Bhed, Lord is Bhagavan. And inert and this is called unconscious. So in this sense, Madhvacharya very clearly explained 5 types of Bhed difference. And Madhvacharya established another thing, and in our Gaudiya Sampradaya accepted, that he established the highest worship to Lord, that is called how to worship to Lord with our conjugal mode, and Madhurya Bhav Seva. And Madhvacharya he also established, and Gopal who is holding the chanting chanting stick, Dadimantantra. And for this Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted this thing. And my time is over, 8:30 already. I will not take too much of time, but Madhvacharya Katha very sweet. And hello Madhvacharya ki jai jai Shri Ram. Govinda Vala Hari Gopal Goro Govinda Vala Hari Gopal Mero Radha Ramana Giridhari Giridhari Sam Vanu Hari Mero Radha Ramana Giridhari Giridhari Sam Valo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hello Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Bol Sila Madhvacharya ki, Kaliya Dwara Tirobhav ki. यदि पालन करी भक्त वृंद की गौर प्रेमानंदे। थैंक यू फॉर काइंडनेस।
Madhvacharya ki jai.
So now it's time to go back. I think no need to worry what is going on. Aarti, you can take Mahaprasad and go. Time is over. Tomorrow you go to your work. Good, Premanand.
Hey, Shri.
Okay, everybody keep listening to him. Bolo Om. Hare sit down. And everybody take the flowers. I'm blessing to him. He is happy birthday. Birthday cake is coming up.
Yes. Where is the
Where is the birthday cake? Bolo Om.
Can you distribute the flowers?
Govinda. Swastino. Achyutananto. Swastino. Gonon. Bhagavato. Dalatu. Madhavo, Madhavo, Vachi, Madhavo, Madhavo, Hridi, Smaranti, Sadhava, Sarve, Sarva, Karjeshu, Madhavam, Lavas Desang, Just Desang, Utas Desang, Parabhava, Jesam, Indiravara, Samu, Hridastu, Janardana. Om Swasti Om Swasti Om Swasti Om Swasti Om Sarvamangalam Bhavatu Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Any traditional song?
Hare Krishna to you,
Hare Krishna to you,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna to you. May you never be May you take breath in a
Birthday. Jai Jai Shri
Oh, there's a cake.
Jai Shri.
The knife. It was in the basket. It's okay.
Put light.
no candle.
No jati.
No jati.
Put up a
It's not there.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Jai Shri Gurudev ki jai, Mahaprasad ki jai, Jai Shri Radhe.
It's offered.
It's offered.
Okay, put one.
Maharaj, I remember once you were giving a talk somewhere, and this small girl's birthday, and they were blowing the candles out, and then you said, "Why must blow the candles out for birthday?"
क्यों आप बता रहे थे कि जब उसको not to blow
Yeah, this should not go because the Jati always
Auspicious.
should not award the Vaishnava tradition.
You were
Should
giving
not
that.
I think
yeah, give to everybody. Please, the flowers are not edible, right? The flowers are not edible.
Maharaj,
Haribol.
Prabhu says we must do the arti.
Huh?
Do the arti.
Arti?
He wants to do.
Okay.
We should do that.
Huh?
Aarti Vela.
No, you said we're running late, so.
No, sorry, that's why I said everything but the Aarti.
Okay, we'll do. But the family program.
Shiva Jaya Jaya Pura Chandi Aroti Koshobha Shiva Jaya Jaya Pura Chandi Aroti Koshobha Hare Jana व्याघ्रधारी श्री राधावनचारी जीव की जय। जय श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जीव की जय। जय नित्य लीला कृष्ण विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर वेदांत सर्वम श्री महाराज की जय। जय नित्य लीला कृष्ण विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर वेदांत सर्वनाम श्री महाराज की जय। गान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। भगवान वेदांत स्वामी महाराज की जय। श्री गुरुगोविंद गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। डॉक्टर श्रीधर गोस्वामी महाराज भक्ति गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। रूपान गुरुवर्ग की जय। गोपी गोवर्धन श्री गिरिराज महाराज की जय। राधा श्याम पूर्णा वृंदावन सुसुखी बिंद की जय। श्री रूप मंदिर रीति मंदिर मंदिर ब्लाक मंदिर मंदिर सभी बिंद की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। वेद गौर भक्त बिंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंद की जय। ओम वृंदावन तुलसी देव